Hey everyone, I'm Christy Joe and want to tell you about how I'm doing with my contest prep and just a little explanation. These pictures and stuff, I need to hang them up, but I moved 2 weeks ago and who has time to hang stuff up? Besides, you never know when you're going to move again. So why put holes in the wall that you're just going to have to pay to repair, right? That's my mentality anyway. So I am, goodness, how far out? 9, 10, 10 days out from the final show of the year for me. This is the Muscle Mania, the international natural show in Las Vegas. It is such a fun show. It's actually a 3-day event. We have a lot of the just like event things, competitor meetings on the Thursday, and then Friday is the Fitness America and the Model America, and then Saturday is bikini, figure, physique, bodybuilding, etc. So taking down a team of, I think there's 4 of us that are going to be competing. So I'll be in figure, then we have 2 bikini and 1 physique. So should be a good time. So just a few quick little updates. First of all, huge thanks to my sponsor, JDJ Nutrition. Got more protein today and I'm loving it. It's so nice because not only it tastes good, I get vanilla because I like the versatility in what I make, but it's a lower carb protein, very pure, really good quality ingredients in it. So I do a serving of that mixed with some Egg White International. I like the combination of the two. So that's my two. I do that shake together with some pumpkin pie extract. I do that twice a day. So currently I'm hitting the gym twice a day. I go first thing in the morning, and I'm usually doing some cardio with some like high intensity intervals. This morning I wanted to puke, wanted to fall all over. In fact, I was driving home just kind of in a daze, and I was just like, oh, how much longer do I have to hold out? I've been in prep quite some time and with a lot of different stress and stuff, so it's made me really have to dig deep. Um, I will be honest, I don't think I'm exactly where I want to be as far as leanness goes. And I know a lot of that is due to my body holding a lot from my stress. And so I'm trying to like de-stress and like let this last little bit go. The high intensity interval training is really where it's at for dropping that fat quickly, as well as my current strategy I'm employing. I'm doing a 4-to-1 day carb cycle. So if you don't know what carb cycling is, go listen to the nutritional strategy on my podcast, which you can find on iTunes or on Stitcher Radio. It's called Body Buddies. And so basically I eat 3 to 4 PVF meals, protein, veggie, fat, and then I strip the energy nutrients from the other 2 meals of my day, meaning I just have the backbone of the meal, which is the PV. For those of you who know Power Foods Lifestyle Strategy, the book that I've written, which was my book. So if you haven't read it yet, I'd really encourage you to, because it's a way of thinking about food and a nutritional strategy that can be applied in any situation. I use it to help people with max fat loss. I use it with people overcoming and managing disease and illness, improving their health condition, and then we use the strategies as well to manipulate the strategies for competitors' more aesthetics-based training. So it's just a code language that helps us understand and talk about very simple principles of food. It makes this relationship with food like, oh, it makes all the stuff out there just make sense. So that's my little plug. So anyway, 4 PVF meals, 2 PV meals. My supplements, every morning I empty out the pills and I'm like, geez, I take a lot of pills. But it's like, I take my fish oil, I take my D3, I take my magnesium, I take what else am I taking? Spirulina right now. I'm taking acai berry by JDJ Nutrition. I'm taking, I do 5 grams of glutamine powder, pre-workout, especially in the morning when I'm doing cardio on an empty stomach, because I want to protect the existing muscle tissue. So really want to be mindful of that, as well as branched chain amino acids twice a day. One of them is pre-workout. You want that in your body to really hold and give your body you want those to feed into the system, helping with recovery, helping with all of the ATP generation systems on a chemical level that help your body really it gives it its gas, its recovery, etc. So BCAAs are a good one. That stands for branched chain amino acids. Um, yeah, I don't spend a lot of time lifting in this last little part. I like that. That's like the flex while you're like tucking hair behind your head, right? How many of you guys do that? Y'all do it. um, so lifting, like I try not to spend more than 45 minutes a day just because my body is tired. I'm really underfeeding it. I'm not hungry, especially on the dropped fats or the dropped carbs day, because fats are more of a satiating nutrient anyway. And so when you put fats in your body, and it's hilarious how much I used to be scared of the word fat. They're actually amazing. And in the right strategy, it's like powerful how it just rips the fat off your body, right? So anyway, I'm getting distracted, but what am I getting distracted by? It's because I just want to talk about how awesome it is to be in contest prep. Just kidding, it's not. Few of the different mentalities that are interesting when you are in contest prep is you do feel like it consumes a big portion of your life, and I've had to not allow that to happen to me because I've had so much else going on. So I've had to every day mentally say, this is just who you are. The way you're eating, the way you're supplementing, the way you're training is simply the way you live your life. So don't even think about it like a contest prep. Simply do like, this is my next like flex. Simply being a dork. This is simply what you're doing, so don't over focus it. And this is applicable to anybody going through a nutritional strategy regimen, trying to tone up, trim up, lose the body fat. You can't hyper focus on it, or else it's going to consume you. It's just going to become overwhelming. You're going to become discombobulated. So I would really encourage you. I'm having a really good hair day, just in case you wanted to notice this. Okay. This is what we do when we train 2-a-days and you put your hair in a braid. You don't even brush it out, and then you take it out to try and look like you are trying to be a girl. Is it working? So that's one of the downsides, is and I think a lot of people who go and do 2-a-day, it's like, it's almost like, why wash your hair like that much, right? So gross. Good thing I don't have any dates in like the next few days. So where am I going with this? Steady state cardio I have been doing after my lifting, just because I do my HIIT in the morning. And I usually, so technically I'm not on an empty stomach. I have like 6 almonds, like a little bit in my stomach to support a little bit more of the high intensity. And then steady state following the lifting, because by then, I mean, my glycogen is already depleted from my eating style. Then it's even further depleted because of my lifting. And so at that point, steady state cardio is just max fat burn. You just keep that intensity. In Body Buddies lingo, that's like an intensity 5 to 7. You start to lose your breath around a 7. And that's where you just kind of plug it in 30 to 50 minutes. I'm usually emailing clients, making posts on Facebook or Instagram, or listening to podcasts and things like that. So, as far as posing goes, I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys, haven't practiced yet. However, I do practice the leg poses, because here's what you do. All right, so we'll talk. So I compete figure, right? So your quads, here's the trick. Your quads, in order to give this like hourglass shape, which I don't naturally have, I have a wider waist and I have scoliosis. I'm supposed to stand like this, right? So mentally, I'm always like adjusting myself. If you ever see me in the gym, I'm probably like, you're going to catch me doing this. It's because I have to train myself how to hold even, because naturally, this is my spine, right? So isn't that cool how I train myself? So with your quads, you have to press down into the ground, but then you're actually mentally thinking of rolling your quads out. Do you see how they popped out? And it gives a much fuller look in the muscle. So in my mind, I'm like rotating the trunks of my quads out, even though my foot position did not change. In my heels, my feet would still be together. So that accentuates the hips, pulls in the waist, and then when you get your lats out, clear out here, notice how I have to tweak this shoulder, because naturally this shoulder, because my scoliosis comes forward. So I have to get my lat out and then rock it back Oh, isn't it so fun? Posing for me is so hard because of my back. So this would be a figure front pose, right? So you're trying to get those lats out and forward. So the key to pulling your lats out, and a lot of guys struggle with this, is their elbows are too far back behind them, okay? Your lats, see how they tuck, but watch what happens when I bring my elbows forward. Hello, lats, there you are. Okay, so you want to kind of think up and over, and that's the position. What that does, that lengthens the ab lines, the oblique walls, nice and long here, and then you can really hit that. And then you want soft, pretty hands, even though you really want to feel like, yeah, right? So that's some basics of a figure front pose. So, I know myself, I know that with 9 days left, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. Last year I took second in this show in the tall figure. Blew my mind because I had like been traveling, you know, for a month prior to that. I'd been eating in restaurants, not the way you eat in restaurants, but strategic eating in restaurants, especially for my strategy that I was on. So it's hard. It's hard to come into a show where you've placed well, and a lot of my competitors and other competitors, you'll know that and you'll agree, and you'll be like, it is mentally. It's like, I mean, you train for first. If you're a competitor, you're competitive. That you don't do this unless you're competitive. Or you don't return unless you're competitive. I see people all the time do one show, bucket list, check, done, awesome, got some picks, cool, which is awesome. But you return if you're a competitor. And it's because standing on a stage is not about validation. For all you guys that think that, I need you to get over that because it's not about that at all. Like, you wouldn't stand on a stage if you didn't look good. Okay, so this isn't a matter of if you know someone who competes, maybe they do compete for validation, but I would venture to say that they have fallen in love with this whole aspect of refining, improving, progressing. They've experienced something deep inside their heart that you can't explain until you do it. There is a feeling when you are in control of your body. There is this feeling of exuberance and energy, mental excitement. It can't be harnessed. And so for many people, the outlet for that is competing. So that is the very description of me. I love the body. I love being able to control it. I love the science of it. I'm a natural competitor. I'm very competitive, which is why I have to be careful. Like I definitely would love to do well. Here's the thing. For me as a natural figure competitor, I know I am and always will be undersized up here. Okay. I have the upper body more of a bikini competitor, except for the width of my lats. I have humongous lats and a really, really strong back. I have a lot of muscle. However, my delts, capping them out due to my scoliosis is really difficult for me. And to get as big as I have naturally has been such a triumph for me. And I am so happy and proud of myself. As I look back at my pictures over the past 3 years, I'm like, I went from like to like, wow, I look like I compete. Wow, that's cool. You know, amazing what consistency, train hard no matter what, it does. Did it happen overnight? No. It was a process. And it's consistency. And that's what a lot of my clients and competitors have figured out too, especially those who've been with me a year plus. They're figuring this out, that it's about application of our principles. Dial it in, get the habits going, fall in love with the lifestyle. And those are the days that and the years where you wake up, you're like, is that my body? Cool. So that's pretty cool. So as far as mentally wrapping myself around what is my goal from this competition, number one, make sure my clients have an awesome experience and look their very best. Always my goal when I compete at the same show as my clients. They will always come first. Number two is my goal is always to be the best poser on that stage. Always, because I can control that. I can control my posing. And I love to pose. I raised a dancer, right? Well, not raised a dancer, but that's how I grew up. So, actually, it was my father who very first taught me what a chasse was, because he was a folk dancer at BYU in college. And so he would get us kids and he would teach us some folk steps around our living room. And it was the Jessie Polka, heel and a toe and a kick Can a ball change? So, thanks, Dad, for the early dance lessons. Love it. I still train like a dancer sometimes. For instance, today, I'll show you this. It's kind of cool. So today, I was training glutes tonight. So, the booty. So there I was at the Smith machine, okay? So I actually, because of my back, I only will train maximally with 10-pound plates. And people look at me because, like, I think I look like I squat. People tell me all the time, like, whoa, you must squat. I'm like, not really. It's about strategy. I can't squat heavy. I can't put that kind of weight on a crooked spine. That's called big time problem. So instead I have 10 pounds. Now I have no ability to show you what I did because I leaned back into the bar. So whoop, like that, okay? And then I squat down and I drive through my heels so my feet are up like this. They're not flat on the ground. Then, so I would do a set of that and just really focus on igniting, like coming right here and squeeze right there. Okay, but then when I was done, what I do is in dance, this is an attitude where you bring the leg up. Okay, you've got a bent leg. So I'll just pulse it. It's already fired up. I'll do, anywhere from 8 to 10 of those on both sides, and then I'll just do some alternating things. But I'll go up on releve, which is the balls of your feet and stuff, and look like a dancer and stuff like that. Anyway, so if you ever see me in the gym and I'm looking like a dancer, just know I'm in my happy place. So that's it. As far as an update, yeah, hope you guys are doing well. It's perfect timing that Thanksgiving is after this competition. Am I going crazy? No, I don't believe in going crazy. I believe in planning your indulgences and eating strategically. Because number one, who wants to feel like garbage, especially when you dial in your body and then you eat like normal people? You're gonna feel like garbage. So with all my competitors, I expect them and myself to reverse diet, which is a strategy depending on whatever you use to pull yourself in. You have to pull yourself back out into what I would hope for everyone is Power Foods lifestyle, way of life. That's all I have to say for today. Hope you guys are great again. Feel free to comment, ask any questions. I don't post enough about like my strategies, my regimens, because I'm always teaching about people and what they need to do for their goals and stuff, but I don't know, and to be honest, I don't think anyone cares, so it's cool. This is like fun documentation for me. And yeah, shout out to Team Bod Beast, JDJ Nutrition, Body Buddies. Body Buddies is the transformation company lifestyle change. If you want to dial it in, get more strategic, be an athlete, that's where you come to Team Bod Beast. Okay, mwah.